And Bond also has time as a really a kind of material and visual motif because of the importance of watches in Bond.
Mm.
And everything that kind of, there's a whole world around Bond's watch and Rolex and Omega and everything. Um, and I wanted to bring that in to um, kind of make the theme of time really solid in the story. So I do that in a couple of ways. The first is through watches themselves. So the kind of MacGuffin in a way of the story is this thing called a blind man's watch,
Mhm.
which is really, really beautiful. It's worth people Googling them. They were watches developed in the Georgian era, um, nominally for blind people, but they were hugely expensive because they were very decorative, and it would be unlikely in that time that people who had gone blind because of the environment in that era would have a huge amount of money. But some would obviously. So really, what they were for was it was also known as a tact watch. So it's a watch that you can tell the time with your eyes closed, or if you're blind, by feeling, and you could keep it in your pocket. It was considered really rude in that era to check the time in public, because it suggested you were bored in the conversation you were having with someone, which is really funny now if you think about how we all sit around on our phones in company. But then it was considered, you would be mortally offending somebody. So you could have this watch in your pocket and you could feel the time with your thumb. And the way that worked was there was a double stud for when you were passing into the afternoon. And those studs would be made out of diamonds, they'd be made out of really beautiful jewels. So there's this blind man's watch, which is diamond encrusted and very, very beautiful, that is being sold, has been stolen and smuggled and is being sold to fund terror. And MI6 is following it down this kind of smuggling pipeline. So it's embodied in the kind of MacGuffin of the story, but then also the watches that each character has play really important roles. So Dryden's watch is a kind of gadget that helps him control the neural interface that he has with Q, which helps with his hearing and connects him to MI6. And then, most crucially of all, is Johanna Harwood, who is wearing two watches in this story. Her own, which is a Hermes watch, and had a kind of Morse code signal gadget in it in book one that allowed her to communicate the identity of the traitor to Moneypenny. And the other watch is Sid Bashir's watch, a Casio, the Casio Royale. And she's wearing that through the book, and that really symbolizes her relationship to Sid and everything that's driving her in this book.